Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to actually look at how to create this particular Excel dashboard from the scratch. This is our second tutorial on this particular Excel dashboard. Right on this Excel dashboard, we are going to concentrate on how to create this particular search feature in our dashboard. So let me just zoom to let you see what we have right here. So right here, we just kind of be like okay, let me zoom. Right here we have this particular search area right here in the dashboard. We can actually use to search through our customers and see how the customer has actually added a lot of progress to our sales. So when we actually search for a customer, you see this icon changes and as well the city, the gender, the first date of transaction, as well the last date of transaction. Let me search for a customer. Let's just see what I'm talking about right here. So once I hit enter, you see the icon changes automatically and you see every other thing changes. This is how awesome this particular Excel dashboard and this search feature looks like. So we can actually delve deep into our customers by seeing more customers by clicking right here as that. Okay, here we are. You see we show 10 customers per view because we have over 1,000 customers right here in this particular database. So if I click, I'm gonna see more of our customers here just like this. So I'm going to show you how to create this from the scratch. So in order to do that, let us just concentrate on that right away. I'm going to click right here and switch to the right workbook. As I have the workbook opened, I'm going to click on switch windows. Just click on view, click on switch window, and I have this YouTube lesson, so I'm going to click on it. Here is what we have right here. So in the previous video, we actually learned how to create this particular type of charts and all of that. So you can take a look at how we created this by actually clicking the link below this video, and actually I'm going to walk you through all that right in that video. And here is what we're going to concentrate on. So if you've not been on this channel before and this is your first time, kindly consider hitting the subscribe button, as I'm going to be doing a lot of progress right on this. So let us see the map we're going to follow to create this particular dashboard. Those are the things we are going to actually the map we are going to actually follow to create this particular search bar dashboard to help us to actually single a particular customer out and see how the customer has actually added a lot of progress to our business over time. So let's just get on that. So the first thing I'm going to do is for we to actually name this search bar area. Just follow me step by step, you will understand what I'm trying to do. I'm going to actually take this one off from here right now. I go right here. Here is a search bar area. So I'm going to show you how to create this in no time as soon as we finish creating our formulas. So we'll learn how to create this. So I'm going to Control Z to take it back. So right now the search bar area is going to be this area where we're going to type the name of our customer. I'm going to actually click right here and name it search bar. So I'm going to hit enter. Here is what we've gotten. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to click back and see collect data by summarizing the customer data. So I'm going to take it off. So now we have our data sets, which is this particular data set right here, where we have all our customers data, the date of the transaction, as well where they are from and who sold it to them and stuff like that. So right now I'm going to click on this particular top and click on insert. Once I click on insert, what I'm going to do right now is for me to insert a pivot table. I know what pivot table is. Pivot table helps us to summarize our data with ease without having to write any function wherever. So right now I'm going to be using existing worksheet, and actually I have the worksheet right here, which is the back end. So I'm going to scroll to this end, and I've already gotten this ready, which is a search. So I'm going to click right here to drop it. So now when I hit OK, this is what I have. So I'm going to actually drop my customer down. So I don't like the view I'm seeing by using this row label, so I hate it. So I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually click on design and go to report. I'm going to use it show in tabular form. So you might not see the effect right now, but you'll see it in no time. So right now I'm going to click on grand total, and as well the subtotal I'm going to actually do not show subtotal. Right, this is what it is. So I have the customers appear as the header. So right now I'm going to actually go down and select the quantity sold to each customer, and as well the total revenue generated from those customers. I'm going to click and drag this same revenue down. So what that does is just going to be, I'm going to default the revenue to what I call rank large to smallest. I'm going to rank the customers. Now if I rank the customers, this is what I'm going to have. So I've ranked the customers right now, but you wouldn't see how this works. I'm going to actually click on this particular revenue of the customers and actually sort this from largest to smallest. Now you can see our top 10 customers will be those particular 10 customers. So right now this is our first customer, second based on sales, not based on the quantity being purchased. We might have a very large quantity right here, but we wouldn't have that kind of huge revenue. It depends on the kind of product the customer is actually selecting wherever. So right now I'm going to actually name this one to the ranking. So ranking, that is all I need to do that. Okay, now I've gotten that ready. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to actually get my customer down again. So what this does this time around, I default the customer to be a count so that it can show me how many times this particular customer visited our store or wherever. So what I'm going to do right now is just for me to actually put this hash to signifies number of transactions. That is all. So I've gotten that. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is for me to actually drop this date down twice to actually make sure I show the first transactional date of the particular customer we actually have, and as well the last transactional date. That is awesome, right? So how do we do that? We don't need to write any function. It's very easy in pivot table. Just click right in here and actually right click, and what you need to do right now, we need to summarize by main, which choose us our first date, and we use this summarize value by again, and this time around we're going to actually use marks. And here is what we have, but we don't really have it in date. What we're going to do right now, I'm going to select right here and Ctrl+1 will bring up the formatting. So what we need to do right now is for we to choose the formatting that is going to actually show dates. Okay, fine, here we go. I'm going to choose date, and right now I'm going to choose this particular format, but I also hit OK. Here is what we've gotten. So I have the 1st of August and the 29th of August to be the last date this particular customer actually purchased from us, and on and on. So right now I've gotten something very nice like this. I'm going to actually go to the top and actually click on gender and city of the customer. Those are what I need when I actually search for a particular customer. I want those particular column to actually show up as well. So right now I've gotten all this, so I'm going to actually name this to be my first transaction. Okay, sorry, first purchase. Our first purchase is it, and this is going to be the last. So the last purchase. So right now I have this. So what I'm going to do right now is to add extra column, and the first column I'm going to add right now is going to be called status, and the next column is going to be called customer type. These are the two columns I need to add. So right now what I'm going to do right now is for me to use if condition. Now I'm going to be using what is called nested if. So the two nested if I'm going to use is for me to determine who our top customers are and who our second top customer are, and who are those average customers we have right here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say if now this particular ranking is less than or equal to 10. So I want it to be my top customer. So else if this particular customer is less than or equal to 21, then it should be our what? It should be our second top customer. So else it should just default to average customer. So average customer, I'm gonna have it close twice. So once I hit enter, this is what I have. So I'm just gonna actually drag this down by double clicking right here. So right now if I keep going down right now, you see where we have our second top customer, we have our average customer, and all that. That is the first function we need to write to actually pull that aspect of our analysis down. So right now I'm going to actually determine who is this customer and who is that customer. I'm going to actually use this if as well. So right now I'm going to say if this date is equal to this particular last purchase. So right now what I need for you to just default to when that happens is going to be it's going to be one time customer. So one time customer, else is going to be repeated. It's going to be repeated customer. So now let me explain what I'm trying to do right here. So we have one-time customer, we have this to be repeated customer. Under the repeated customer, meaning the first purchase of this particular customer is less than the last purchase, which means the last purchase was actually greater than the first purchase. How does it happen? This first purchase was actually done in August, 1st of August, and the last one was in 29th of September. Maybe there should be there are 3 dates in between that is not shown right here, but for sure this is the first purchase and as well as the last purchase. So right now if we see this repeated customer, one-time customer, it shows that the customer only visited our store once. We have one transaction for the customer and it was actually once. So sometimes we might still have like 2, 3, 4, 5 transactions for the customer, whereby we still have the customer to be one-time purchase customer because this customer might visited our store twice or 3 times in a particular day. So that is how that works. I hope you understand what I'm trying to actually pull out right here. So right now this is what we need to do to just get our data ready. So let's look at our map again. So now we need to name the whole range. I'm going to take this off as well. So naming the whole range, I'm going to actually click from here. This is where it stops down to where it starts. So right now this is the whole range. I'm going to actually name this one to be the search data range. So hit OK. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is for me to actually name data range header. So the header is what I'm going to name now. So we're going to be using this to actually configure our search. I'm going to name this. Okay, I'm going to highlight this and name search header range. Search header range. And the next thing we're going to follow in our map is customer name range. So we're going to name the customer name range. I'll just follow along. You will understand what I'm trying to do. So now we name this search customer name range. So now that is done. So let's see what is gonna be the next again. So the next is extract data for search. So right now I'm going to extract data for search. So right now, how do we do that? How do we extract data for search? So I'm going to actually select the header right here. So once I have this header selected, I'm going to click on copy. So once I click on copy, I'm going to actually close this because I don't need it again for now. So I'm going to actually click right here and I go to this top and have this selected, which is paste, and I use paste special. So this time around I'm gonna use this word transpose. So I'm gonna transpose it. So here is what I have. So having done that, I'm gonna actually click right here and I put it on bold and I go to border and I put border I use background. I'm gonna have to use this background and I'm gonna select white for it. This is what I have, right? So now this is what I have. So now right here, so what we need to do, I'm going to expand this as well. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is for you to actually say those are the columns. So those are the columns. So we need to actually get this customer data, customer purchase data, customer history, historical data. So this is the customer historical data. So for the header, I'm just gonna put this color. So first of all, body it and have it in white, and I'm gonna use this color for the header. So right now, what we need to do right now, we need to use index to match to pull all the information that has to do with this particular customer out. So that was why we've actually named those ranges. We don't want to go click on this particular dashboard, select something, all of that. So we've done that by using name ranging to actually get this done. So let's see how the magic happens. It's going to be equal to index. So once we have index, what we need is right now for we to use the array function. So what's going to be the array is for we to select the whole table, but we don't want to do that because we already have that taken care of by creating name range. So I'm going to just click on search. So once I click on search, I see all the name ranges actually created. So what I need right now is search data range. So once I have that double clicked right here, so I have it selected automatically instead of me going right to select it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to put comma, and now it's looking for the raw number. I'm going to be using match to get the raw number. Now what the match is going to be requesting for is what are we going to be searching for? Where are we going to be searching for it? So where we are going to be searching for it is in the search bar I created. Let me just put a space right here and show you what I'm trying to say. So right now, if I go to dashboard, I'm going to be searching for something right here, and every single time I have something search right to this search bar right here, I want it to pull out right to this particular aspect. So right now, that is what we are willing to actually provide for it. So we don't want to go right there and select it. So all we need to do is just for it to actually use this very range we created for it. So it's going to be search bar. So this is it. So right now, what are we going to be searching? That is the lookup array. What are we going to be searching there? We're going to be searching the name of customers right there. I'm going to be saying search customer name range. So I have it as well selected. So right now, this time, what match is going to be the exact match, which is 0. And now we need to actually click and select the column. So now I'm going to be using match as well. So what does match do? Match is looking for the lookup value, which is going to be this. Now we created the header, right? We need to actually select this header. We don't want to go do it manually, so we want it to be automatic. So I'm going to actually use this search again. So this time around, I'm going to be using this search header. So which is that actually use comma, and it's looking for what the match type is going to be 0, which is the exact match. Once I actually close for the second time, so I'm going to hit enter. I have this not available, right? It's not a problem. It's not an error. This is not an error. So you would understand why we have this in a jiffy. So this is what we have. We've just created a search but not completed. So let me show you how it works. So right now we have this bunch of N, A, and hash wherever. So if I go right here and actually click on this particular search area and type the name of our customer, either of our customers, I'm gonna say okay. So hit enter and go back to the back end and see what we have. Right now you can see what we have as the data of the particular customer is one of our top customer, and this customer just purchased once from us, and this is how awesome it could look like. So right now we are almost there. So let's see what we can do to have this very sidebar dynamically created. So I'm gonna actually do something. Go back and actually type what is not there. I'm gonna type John Paul. So when I type John Paul, I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to go back to backend. This is what I have again because I don't have John Paul existing in our database. So I'm going to be using this if and error. So if and to give a condition to it shows something that is not being the customer that is not in our database is being typed in. So it's going to be no data close, and I hit enter. So this is what I have. I'm going to actually drag this down, and here we go. So right now I'm going to just say okay, fine. Now that we have this, I want to customize it to give me a particular message, to display a particular message if this is actually true. So what I'm going to do right now is for me to select right here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to select right here and come and say equal to this particular search and hit enter. Here I have the name of the search name. I'm gonna say customer. So customer, and the condition, I'm gonna say condition. okay, on error, so it's gonna be this condition. So now this condition. So when we have no data, so this is gonna be the condition right now. So let me just write the statement and see how this works. So if you're familiar with if condition, you're gonna know that is very easy. So I'm gonna say if this no data is equal to this particular no data right here. So I wanted to say sorry, I'm gonna put comma right there. This particular, I'm gonna use this concatenation to concatenate this name right here with this message. It's not in our database, so else just display nothing. So I'm gonna close it. I believe everyone knows how it works. So right now I've gotten something like this. So I just want this particular name, which is the name being searched right now, that is not in our database, to show in capital letter. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to double click again. So I'm going to come right here and use this uppercase of the thing, and I'm going to have it closed right here and see how it works. Close it. So now can you see that sorry, John Paul is not in our database. So I'm going to show you something. Let me show you how this works. If I go to view and like choose on Windows, come back right here, I'm going to actually select this WR, that is for me to actually go back to the default. So right now, okay, sorry for that. Okay, I'm going to actually select right here. Oh, beg your pardon. So I just want to go back to my so okay, sure. So now we need to go back to the search area and see what I'm trying to say, how that is being configured. So right now we are almost there. So right now, if I search for what is not there right here, I'm going to search for some bell. So now I have this method being displayed, sorry, not in our database. So I have it configured exactly the way it is, just like this right now. So I'm going to actually show you back again and actually switch back to this. So this is what I've just I have gotten configured. So right now this is what it is. So the next thing to do now is to display an image that is going to be switched from one particular customer to the other. So let us bring that image up. So what we need to do right now, I'm going to actually copy the image from here. I already have the image, so I'm going to switch and actually use this, and I'm going to click on the back end to this particular one, and here is my images. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to cut this away from here. Also, I'm going to go back to the right workbook. I'm going to actually use YouTube lesson. So this is what we need to get, right? So now I'm going to have it paste right here. So I'm going to actually make this expanded to this level, so I have it in the middle. So for the first time, I'm going to actually have to name this range. I'm going to name this range to be MR, which is M range, so which is male range, and I'm gonna have to name this range to the FR, which is the female range. FR, which is the female range. So now that is all about that. So if I now come right here, I see all the ranges have actually gotten over time. So if I select FR, I have it selected automatically. If I select MR, I have this selected automatically. So that is what I want to actually get. So now I'm going to actually come right here. I'm going to say MR and FR, and I'm going to say male and as well female. So now this is what I've gotten right. So now let's see how we can actually customize this to work right first, to actually get this particular pictures being switched. So right now what I'm gonna do is just for me to actually get to see how this pictures can be switched. So now I'm going to actually search for what we have in the database. So I'm gonna take this off. So right now I'm gonna say okay, primary break. So I hit enter and go back to my backend, and I have it right here. So right now what I'm going to do right now is going to be very simple. So right now I'm going to actually be switching between this. So what I need to do is just going to be very simple by actually using this, come down right here and say if this particular gender right here is equal to this gender, so I want it to just give me which is if male is equal to male right here, I want you to give me MR. So I have it closed. Else I want to give me of R. So sorry, I'm gonna actually have to use this quotation mark FR, and I close it, and I have it closed right here. So what I have right now is MR because it's actually a male person, right? So if I go right to my data cells and I pick a customer, which is a customer that is a female, like let us use this customer, I'm going to copy away from here. I'm going to hit back to my dashboard and have it pasted right here, just right here, and I hit enter. What I'm going to see right now is something very different, which is this FR. It actually defaults to a female gender. So now this is what we need to actually have right here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to actually have to actually put this condition in red so that if someone else visits our back and the person will know what is going on right here, that something is actually fishing right here. So right now I've just gotten this ready. So what I'm going to do right now is for me to actually use this very formula aspect to actually create a name range that we're going to be using to switch our picture. So I'm going to click on formula, and this is name range. I'm going to click on new, and this is what we have. But I'm going to close this and actually use a shortcut to show you how to do that. Now that you've learned how to do that manually, it's going to be Alt M and N. Alt M and N help us to actually bring this particular aspect out. And now we're going to be clicking and actually typing switch. So switching. So I'm going to use indirect. So indirect is what we're going to use. So make sure your indirect is correct and hit on this particular name that we're going to be using for our switch. Okay, sorry for that. Switch edit. So switching indirect. I'm going to click back and click right here. So I'm going to click and hit OK. So right now, for we to see if what we are trying to select is what we really selected, I'm going to actually click on right here, and you have it actually selected this particular area. So this is what we need right now. I'm going to have this closed and actually copy this particular image away from here. I'm going to actually copy this away from here, and I'm going to go back to my dashboard and have it pasted right here. So we need to move it. So we move this right here exactly. So right now I'm going to actually use this very range we've actually created, which is switch. So switching. So once I hit enter, and this is what I have, but I don't want it to be just like this. How do we avoid this line, this grid line we have right here? Is for to delete what we just actually entered. I'm going to go back and actually click right to this particular aspect and actually go to view. From view, I'm going to actually turn off the grid line, and this is when we're going to have something very nice. So for this to look very right and bright, I'm going to click and highlight it, and I'm going to go to my home. From home, I'm going to go to all border, just for me to show that in a very nice way. So that is awesome, right? So now what we need to do, I need to actually show this to be a header. So I'm going to use the same color I use for this, which is this particular color. I'm going to do this so it looks very bright right now. So right now, this is what we've just gotten. So right now we can actually copy again from here. I'm going to cut it. Oh, sorry. Okay, fine. I'm going to cut this away from here, go back to my back end, and I'm going to have this dropped as well. So this time around here is what we've gotten. So exactly. So right now what we need to do is for you to go back to the top and actually use equal to, and we use that switch as again, and once we click on switch, it defaults to a female. So right now we need to make it very bright. So what we're going to do is for you to click at the top, and now we're going to go to format, and from format we click on this color, and we're going to use this bright color right here. This is awesome, right? This is how we just need to get this done. So right now I can switch between and actually click on what on. So now what I have a male gender being switched. So right now what we need to do is to get those things, we need to actually total revenue right here. So we are going to actually click on this and actually okay, let me go and use insert. From insert I'm going to use this feature called what that, and I'm going to click on this, and here I'm going to actually use equal to, and I'm going to use this particular one, which is customer name, and I'm gonna hit OK. So right now this is what I've gotten. I'm gonna be taking this one out from here and come right here and actually drop it down to this particular aspect. Okay, fine. So right now we don't have it existing. Why is that happening? It was because we don't have this particular sheet name. So I'm gonna actually have to put a sheet name right here, which is the backend. So backend with an exclamation mark. So once I hit enter, this is what I have. That is correct. So now you've actually learned something different. So I'm going to actually make sure I widen it to fit in. So I'm going to go to the top and actually select this particular home and make it bold and actually give it the color, something very cool color. So I'm going to select this bright color for it. So let me use this bright color, and I'm going to actually make it popped out very seriously. So put it on bold, and this is what we have. So right now I've just gotten this to be the name of the customer we actually have selected. So every single time we change our customer right here, there's something different. So we're gonna have something different right here. So if I select, like I'm gonna select Felmy Greg. So what I have is Femi Greg being switched, and is a male and as well. So now I'm gonna actually click and make sure I duplicate this over and over again to other aspect of it. So exactly. So the city and the gender. So this is what we have. So now the total revenue, we need to know why this total revenue, the male gender. So the male gender is sitting in 6. So the gender, we go to gender right now, is sitting in the 6th position. So I'm going to click on 6. And I have it right there. So I have the rate is there is 7th, which is the city. The city of the customer is in the 7th. So I'm gonna click on the 7th. So right there, and we need to actually take care of this. Quantity is on the 8th, and revenue is on the 9th. So the quantity is on 8th. No, 8th, and the revenue is on 9. So we are almost there. So now what we need again is going to be the total transaction, the numbers of transaction. The transaction is on 11. The transaction is on 11. So I'm going to click and cancel and actually hit on 11. And now we have the status. So what is the status? Where is status sitting in? The status is sitting on 13th. The status is sitting on 13, so we just click and actually change this to 14. So 14, and now we have the customer type. So what is the customer type? Customer type is going to be on 15. So the customer type is going to be on 15. So the customer type is on 15. So now we have the first and the last purchase. So where is the first purchase sitting? That is what we need. The first purchase is sitting on 12, and the last one is sitting on 13. So we need to actually change this, and I'm going to control 1, and what I need to do is go to date and actually hit on this, and here we go. So now the first purchase of this customer is this of 12 and 13. So I'm gonna put this one to be 12. So the next one is gonna be 13. So it's gonna be 13. So now hit enter. So right now what I wanted to do right now is to make sure we give it the nice color. So put this color on it. I'm gonna bump it out and I'm gonna hit this. So right now I'm gonna actually double click and copy and give it to others. So that is awesome. This is what we need to do to create this awesome. Okay, fine. Just going to drag this to fit in. So just I'm going to reduce this a little bit. So leave it in this, and I'm going to click to make sure it fits in right here. I'm going to actually make this one to arrange as well. Take it up. So right now I'm going to have to actually bump this as well, which is the date. The date is going to be this big. I'm going to choose the same color for it. I'm going to put it on bold and double click and actually have it right here. So let's see how this goes. And this is what we just need. Awesome. I think with this we've actually almost at the far end of the creation of this particular search bar in Excel. So right now you can see how awesome this could look like. If we go back to a data source and pick any custom right here, we've actually searched for female Greg and actually use, okay, let's just search for this particular customer who is a female. So I go back to our back end and our search bar, and actually select and click on this and actually drop and hit enter. So what we have is this particular aspect. So let me now show you how I created this particular one right here. So in order to show you that, I'm going to actually Ctrl Z. I'm going to open a new workbook and I'm going to actually turn this into a I'm going to go to view and I turn up the grid line. This time I think is what I have. I'm gonna go back again and actually change the background color to something very cool. So let us use this background color for okay. I'm gonna actually click right here and select the background color to cover every aspect of it. So let's say we have this background color. I want to have that aspect of this sidebar. I'm gonna actually select here and I make sure I widen it. Once that is done, I'm going to come right here and widen this aspect as well. So now this is what I've gotten. So that's my search area. So what I'm going to do is for me to actually click on Control 1. So once I click on Control 1, I'm going to go to border, and in border I'm going to use this this particular okay. I'm going to select the color from here. I'm going to select this color and I'm selecting this, and here I select this. So I'm gonna click on OK. So first of all, this is what I've gotten, and the next thing I'm gonna do right now is to click again, and this time around I'm going to select color. I'm going to select this particular color. I'm going to select this particular color and select this and have this selected. So now I have something like this. So it's nicely built. So right now what I'm going to do right now is for me to actually click on this top and go to insert, and I feel like inserting something like this. So right now I'm going to actually insert something like this just to create my search. I'm going to insert something like this. So I'm going to drag it and actually make it this way, and I'm going to go back again and select something like this. So we're just going to actually cover from here to here. Okay, a little bit. So I'm gonna say this. So now I'm going to actually make sure I hide it to this way, and I drag it down a little bit. So now make sure it is actually set to it and click and group this together. So once you actually have it grouped, that is nice. So you're gonna cut it away from here, so we don't have it anymore. So go to PowerPoint and have it pasted right here. So once you get to PowerPoint, so you're gonna have it pasted and you have it appeared right here. So just right click and actually ungroup this. So you ungroup this. So once you have it ungrouped, click outside it and click on this and click on the inner ones for the second time, and click right to this format and come to this merge shape and click on subtract. So this is what we have. So we have that hole inside it. Can you see it? So this time around I'm going to take it back to to where it belongs. I'm gonna actually Ctrl X just to cut it away from here. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna click right here to actually have it pasted. So here we go. So right now, if I come and actually make it this way, so here is what I have gotten as a search area. So right now I can actually come to this particular tab and select right here and select white for it. So if I click away, here is what I've gotten. So I can actually type right here and right now okay. So now I don't still have something very like what we have right there. I'm going to click inside it and go to the top, and now I'm going to use merge, and I'm going to select this so it's centered, so bold, and I'm going to actually bump up my text just to look like this. So if I feel like I need to color the text in, I'm going to actually use this particular color for it. This is cool, right? This is awesome. This is how I actually created it. You can actually change the color of this particular shape right here that we have. So you can change the color of the shape. Just get to feel free to actually experiment with those colors we have right here until you get the desired you really feel like, oh, this is what I feel is awesome for my search board and all of that. So thank you very much for watching this particular part of the video. It is awesome. I want to say congratulations for knowing how to create this search, and if you want to actually watch the first one, you can actually take a look at that, as it is highly dynamic. So let me take you to a finished dashboard that we are just trying to actually copy to create nicely and make it look just like what it is. I'm going to actually use this. I'm going to click on Ctrl+WX to actually fit the small size and actually get you to see the very nice dashboard we've actually created, and how we can actually follow along to create this part of the dashboard, and as well create that part of the dashboard where we have this particular product being showing one product at a time. You can see we have this degree of vodka. We can actually digress, so we can actually click back again and see our galore XO. We see how much was being made over time, the cost of goods sold, the gross profit, and the quantity sold. So if we click right here, we're gonna actually get to see more of our products. We have 10 being showed at a time, as we have over 30 products right on our database. So it's very awesome. So if you've not been a subscriber to my YouTube channel, kindly do so. Hit the subscribe button and let us get to see how Excel is actually awesome, how we can actually use Excel to create wonders in terms of analytics, dashboard, and all of that. Follow along to actually fill the remaining gap by creating this aspect of this particular dashboard and have an awesome dashboard creation for your boss or your clients. I want to say thank you very much for watching. If you've not been a subscriber, again, kindly hit the subscribe button, support this particular YouTube channel by actually commenting as well. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay blessed.